going on? Welcome to another episode of Cut the Chat. It is Tuesday night. It's 9 o'clock or a little bit after 9 o'clock. And we are here for another week of madness, mayhem, and the madness just catching up. At some point, we're sure that Lee will join us. Welcome actually, no, we've got somebody to cover for Lee today.
Have we?
Yeah, in your arms. Ain't that Lee there? Oh, that's not Lee.
Another little man. Not
it's another little man.
He ain't
Not
making
the
his debut.
little man.
He ain't making his debut yet.
Nah, the hair's fine. That's all they need to see.
Yeah.
That's all they need to see.
What are you saying? Come like blanket.
Blanket.
Remember blanket though? You might remember blanket.
What was wrong with Mike, man? just take the baby in the house, innit? Like, if you don't want no one to see the baby, there's so many different ways to not have people see your baby. Maybe just don't bring the baby outside, but putting a blanket over the baby's head.
A man had a blanket over his baby's head, fam.
And what's worse is you called the baby blanket.
That's the unnecessary thing about it. Call the baby.
Little baby blanket.
Man,
I wonder what Blanket's doing today. How have you lot been anyway this week?
Been alright.
I've been at what? Gone.
Been hot.
Yeah, it's been the weather's been banging still.
Alright, I'm gonna dip out. I'm gonna have to dip out.
Man's taking blanket off camera.
Don't drop him out the window. Don't drop
Don't drop blanket out the window.
Bro, can you imagine?
Don't drop him out the window.
Alright, I'll be back.
It's what you saying. I heard you on Yasmin Evans' show today.
That's so funny. Like, whenever so I'll give you guys a little bit of like radio insight knowledge, yeah? Obviously, I finish my show at 1:45. Yasmin's show starts at 1 o'clock.
So you have to wait?
No, so this is the thing. We record that before. This is inside info. We record that before I leave the building.
Why are you spoiling it?
Oh, it is what it is. The Cut the Chat listeners are their family. So whatever happens. So basically, I'll be like either driving home or at the tube station or the train station, and people start messaging me like, "Oh, you're so funny," and I'm like, "What is going on?" I'm so baffed. Like, I don't know.
So
it's happened to me like 4 weeks in a row. I'm so baffed. I'm like, what? Like, I finished my show like 45 minutes ago. Like, I'm so confused as to what people are talking about. But yeah, today we were talking about, what were we talking about today? Oh, if you like, basically, it was kind of like along the lines of the man code. If you're like friends with a husband and wife, and maybe the husband asks you to lie to the wife, would you do? It was kind of along them lines. I won't go into what was said. You guys have to listen back to it if you want to. But yeah. I've been on the radio a lot over the last 4 days. It's been
that's your job, innit? So
it's been hectic. Yeah, like last week I had like mad. I felt like you. I remember like what you're like when you've got deadlines for films is what I was like last week. So we did a 6-hour documentary on the story of soul, which was like 60 years documenting R&B and soul music. And it was to the wire, but it was cool. We got that done. Sounded amazing. If you guys go listen to that, I did Jermaine Dupri interview. I had a lot last week. It was a lot on, but I'm glad that we're through it and now we're here and the sun's out and I'm happy. What you been up to? What you been up to, fam?
A lot. Like, do you know what's mad at the moment? I'm in a bit of I'm about to start a new project for Viacom. They're still sorting out the name, so I'm not gonna say what the name is. And then I'm developing.
What genre, if you don't mind us asking?
It's not scripted actually. So
reality TV, because Viacom is like Love and Hip Hop, right?
No, but I'm not doing reality TV with them. But I'm doing like non-scripted. Do you know what I mean? So it's not gonna be usual Femi scripts, but it's gonna be more comedy. It's gonna be a panel show, really.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get you on it actually if you want to do it.
I would love to. I did say like literally just before lockdown that I want to do more TV. I say more.
Yeah,
like
but you have to be like your big chatty ace self though.
Like this. Like, I'm kind of up now. I want to
yeah. I need you to be like not your shy ace.
Daytime ace.
Yeah. I need like your energy. Your radio ace though. The radio ace.
Yeah,
you know that big energy on radio, yeah? I need that on screen.
I got that.
Yeah,
no
so like, I'm not even joking. I'm gonna try and get you on it actually. So I'll start on that I'm shooting that at the end of the month, but I start on that tomorrow. And then, but the names, it's a good name, but I can't even say what the name is because it's not gonna be the name. You know, one of those ones.
Yeah.
100% not the name.
It's a working title. Working title.
Yeah, but I can't even say it because it's not. It's literally just that, a working title. And so I'm doing that, and then I've got loads. I've got obviously trapping in post-production. That's in the edit. And yeah, do you know what? Abracadabra was brilliant in that. I've seen little bits and bobs of it, and like he's really good actor, man. And like I feel like I've unearthed another rapper actor.
Because not all rapper actors are good.
Yeah, not all rapper actors are good, but I think he's brilliant. He's brilliant in it. And I just enjoyed working with him. He's just a sound guy, man. There's something about the Ghanaians, you know.
Yeah.
The Ghanaians are solid, man. They're just solid.
We're humble people as well.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and I just got so much time for even his whole team, just Abra and his whole team. I've got mad love for them. And so I'm doing that, and then I've got I literally just came off a call to the US. So I'm doing loads of stuff in the US at the moment. And
you know what? I was gonna message you earlier actually about January LA trip. I feel like we should start planning it now.
Yeah, I'm on it, bro.
January is like, we think because we've just licked June.
No, Ace.
We need to start planning it now.
No, Ace. I'm on it. We can book it. We can book it.
We need to plan it from now.
Right, bro, we can book it now. I'm on it. You see, like I'll be honest, yeah. Obviously, Damon's not here, but Lee was there. But like ultimately, the last January trip was like life changing. Like it changed my life. I mean, I messaged for everyone that's listening. I messaged Ace a few days ago, and I was like, you know what, Ace, like, you know, thank you so much for like encouraging me to come on that LA trip, because like it might have just changed my life, and it has. It's completely changed my outlook. It's of myself. It's changed the way I look at myself. And also it's changed my outlook on the projects I can do. Now, even all the projects that I'm doing at the moment, they all just feel small in comparison to the scale that I could be working at. And so for me, it's really opened my mind in that way and opened me up to like, you know, just the way I can improve myself and like, you know, and I just want to do it every year, man. I want to go to LA as many times as possible.
It's so mad to hear you say like all of the things you've said in regards to what you do in film is how I felt the first time I went to LA. And it's actually annoying to me that I got that energy from America, because I'll be honest, it's not a place that I love. When we watch what's going on over there and we see America, like it's kind of a place that I would really not want to go and live or like even want to be associated with. I got to be honest, sorry to all the American listeners right now, but the energy you get from LA, it just helps you realize like the world is bigger than London and a small bubble that we're in. And you got to think more international, and you can do so many amazing things outside of the bubble that you're in. And that really helped me. And especially even in regards to what I do, like in regards to like doing specialist radio now and R&B, like that lane just opened up for me when I went over there, started linking up with various different people, made new friends. Like, yeah, man. And you know what's funny? I tell artists all the time, like, artists say, what should you do? I say, go to LA for a couple of weeks. It will change you.
Yeah, I think I completely agree, man. I think
go there.
If you're in creativity, I think just go to LA, meet people, connect, like party, do whatever you need to do, like, but just squeeze in as many. Even like if it's like small time meetings, you don't know what it's gonna lead to. I mean, like me and Nikki just came off a call, and like Nikki was like, "Oh, to the person, I know you know this really big person in fashion, blah blah blah. Can you connect me to them?" She's like, "Oh yeah, that's like." You know, my brethren that I introduced you to, that's her best friend. Mad. And it's like, just the connections that have been made and like, just the opportunities that have come off the back of like, you know, that one trip, like it's been life-changing. And then I'm moving house soon, so I've been viewing houses.
Go on. How's that? How's that going?
It's kind of, do you know what, yeah? Let's make that a topic. Can we make it a topic? Obviously, I'm not going to say where I'm moving to, what I'm looking for, blah, 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 unless you got estate agents on there that want to slide in my DMs.
7 bedrooms.
Yeah, 10 bedrooms, 10 bedrooms, drive,
penthouse,
jacuzzi.
Drive.
Come on.
Did you see the invisible pool today that was on the news?
Yeah, but that's
banging.
Mad. Would you go in that?
Yeah, I would, 100%. Actually, do you know what? Yeah, I would, 100%. You wouldn't. You're just too shook.
Fam, firstly, I can't swim yet. Secondly, that will give me a heart attack.
For those that don't know, on the news today, there was a swimming pool. It's an outdoor pool, and it's an invisible pool that's built between two skyscrapers.
It's not invisible, it's see-through.
It's see-through, yeah. So when you look down, you can see Parliament and the streets, but there's people just swimming around in it. It looks sick. Anyway, go on. What are you looking for, fam?
So no, it's not even about that, you know. You know what the banner is, yeah? It's like just the estate agent hustle, man. They're so interesting. They're such interesting people.
Because it's an act, isn't it? It's kind of an act.
Yeah, it's a performance.
It's performance. It's in a performance, yeah.
No, the estate agent thing, yeah, it's a different hustle. Like the people that you meet in the houses. So I'll tell you, I did a few viewings today. So that's my day. So today I did 7 viewings.
All right.
I went to 7 houses, yeah. Okay. And like house number 1, we're running a little bit late. We got there, and the lady's a hairdresser.
Right.
Mate, the lady's showing us around the house. It's a nice house. Like, it's one of the best ones I saw today. Showing us around. Mate, the lady wouldn't stop talking. She wouldn't let us leave, mate. She was just selling you know, like this
is the house, the person that owns the house or the estate.
Yeah, so like it's one of there's different estate agents, right? And there's like ones that are like purple bricks.
Right.
So there's no estate agent. You just go through online. It's all online. Right, you know what I mean? So like with this one, I think it was purple bricks type. And then you just turn up and the person, you message online and all of that stuff. And the woman's obviously, she's shown us around. And those ones are really interesting because we did 2 of them today. We've done 3 in the past few days, but we did 2 today, yeah? And like those ones, there was one that was chatty. She was so chatty, Ace. She didn't want us, we had a next viewing. She was just chatting away. She wouldn't let us leave. She was like, yeah, if you go up there, you go through there and you get to the park. In my head, I'm like, I'm not going park right now. You think I got time?
Nah, she wants to let you know what's near your house, innit?
Nah, because she was upselling. She goes, you see that there's that center across the road. It was like a Hindu temple or whatever, yeah. She's like, yeah, they'll give you keys. You can play basketball in there. You can plant stuff in their garden. I was thinking, bruh, like, man, and then she started describing the stairs in her house, how it was cut from wood, and I was like, you know what? It's been lit. So there was that viewing. It was decent. I mean, it was nice, yeah. And then we went to like the other woman that showed us by herself today, because there were a few others, but the other woman that showed us by herself, she like showed us the downstairs. She's like, yeah, make your way upstairs by yourself.
Just let you walk around the house.
I swear down. How awkward is that, fam?
You just walked around the house with no.
Like, hey, I'm not even chatting nonsense here. The woman opened the door. She looked really shocked to see us. I was like, I'm really sorry, we're slightly late. She was like, that's fine. And then she was like, oh, my son's in that room. Opened the door, showed us. And then she was like, oh, this is the kitchen. We've gone through the kitchen, looked at all the different rooms, gone into the garden, done all of that. And she's like, oh, yeah. And then she was like talking about the basement. She was like, you can go down there.
You went down in the basement, everyone just walking around the house. She was
swear, and then come out of the basement. The woman's like, oh, just make your way upstairs by yourself.
Wow. So have you seen anything that you want?
Yeah, that may be the basement one, actually, funny enough. And then I've seen one that I want, yeah.
He's getting a house in the basement. That is a lot, you know.
It's funny still. It's hilarious.
No, it's not. Basements are not. Houses in the basements are rare.
All the way from Lagos
to get in houses in the basement. I love it.
It's lifestyle. It's lifestyle. But yeah, it's funny.
A wine cellar. He's got a wine cellar. He says basement, but it means wine cellar.
But there's a next one. So then I'll get to the estate agents. Forget the houses or whatever. They're nice or whatever. But yeah, the estate agents, Ace, was hilarious. There was one, yeah, he just didn't seem like he cared. He's like, you know them Cockney geezers, wheeler dealers, like, you're like, yeah, don't worry, keep your shoes on, they don't mind.
Yeah, let's put the mud on the carpet.
Yeah, don't matter. No. So, you know what? It's on for this much, but if you offered this much less, they'll think about it. They'll think about
it. Yeah, man. Giving you the little hook up there.
Yeah, they'll think about it. You know, don't worry. Like, you know, I can speak to them. We'll put it to them, and then we'll see what they come back with. And then there was next one.
That's the price. That's the actual price, basically.
Because there was a next one, Ace, yeah. My missus kept saying to me, he said to me at the office. And I'm switching it. I'm like, what do you mean meet at the office? She's like, no, he said to meet at the office. And I was like, what? Is he going to drive us there? She's like, no. I'm like, don't you have the address for the first? Let's just go by ourselves. He's like, no, meet at the office. So anyway, I'm like anxious now because I need to use the toilet. So I jump out of the car, go to Costa, use the toilet, come back out. And I see some brother sitting in the back of my car, fam.
What, the estate agent jumped in your whip?
Yeah, he jumped in my
whip.
I
love it.
He jumped in my whip. No, he jumped in my whip. And luckily, yeah, like obviously I've got my roof down, sunny day. Jumped in the whip now. It's sat in the back of the whip. In my head, I'm like, hi, hello, mate. But in my head, I'm thinking, where's my man in my whip, fam?
So you had to drive him to the spot?
No. So then my missus has explained to me after he's left. Yeah. He said...
He jumped in the car and then got out?
No, we have to drive him around with us.
Okay, yeah.
And so we're bonding with this brother.
All
so
right.
Anyway, yeah, my missus is gone, yeah. My missus is gone after he's left. She's gone, he said, do we want to jump in his car? And she said, nah, because I didn't think you would want to be sitting in his pokey little car. Goes, good, because I wouldn't have been wanting to sit in nobody's car. But I was like, but I was really confused because he's a tall man as well. Right. He sat in the back of my car, like, I was baffled. Yes. Anyway, so this guy said to us, this has been his best year yet.
Really?
He goes, his company, famous estate agents, he goes, they've had their best year because people are moving out of London, moving from zone 1 and zone 2 to the like suburbs. Wow. People are just moving out, like further out, right? Because of the pandemic and people are working from home and they need more space. And so he's like, it's been his best year yet, blah, 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 blah. And so at the end, yeah, my missus has gone, so it's been your best year. So what estate agents were you at before? Like, because he was talking about, he was like, yeah, he's at this estate agent. In a few years, he's going to move, blah, 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 blah. And so my missus has gone, oh, really? So where were you before? Because I wasn't even an estate agent before.
What was he?
Bro, he was a recruiter.
And he just decided to jump into being an estate agent?
Yeah, he said he jumped
no training, no nothing, just jumped in. I'm going to do that.
He said he jumped into it 9 months ago, cuz.
What? 9 months ago? Like he didn't train, he just jumped in and was like...
No, listen, he said, yeah, I was in a pandemic, yeah. Because he worked in recruitment, but international recruitment. So like take it in the corporate world.
Yeah.
And obviously... How you recruiting internationally when there's no planes, cuz?
Right. So you have to drop that out.
And so my man just jumped on this estate agent thing and he goes, oh yeah, the other day they offered me back my job. But I said no.
What's the commission for estate agents?
No, I don't know, but like people in the chat can have to tell us.
I want to know, if you guys know in the chat, what is the commission for estate agents?
I feel like it's 5%.
Why is it super lucrative?
Should I get an estate agent? One of my boys is an estate agent, you know. Should I get him on?
Let's see. I want to know what the commission is because I want to know why this is such a lucrative job. Like, why would you just decide to jump into it?
I feel like it's 5 to 10%, cuz.
Of the house price?
Yeah.
Impossible.
I feel like the agency gets 5%. I swear down.
No, the agency maybe, but like you as the estate agent, like what commission are you taking home from every house that you sell?
I feel like it's 5%.
I feel like 5% is a lot.
So
you don't think that's too much?
Estate agents usually, which range from 0.75 to 3%.
3%, yeah, that sounds a bit more realistic.
That's a lot of P though.
That is still a lot of P, but like 5% has made me start thinking about being an estate agent.
No, Ace, think about it, yeah. If you do up, yeah, let's say 3%, yeah, on a £1 million house.
You're right. And imagine you sell like two a week.
No, that's 30 racks, cuz.
Imagine you sell 1 a month. You can sell 1 a month.
Bro, the guy said, yeah, he's making so much money from being an estate agent. He doesn't think he's gonna do he's gonna go back to recruitment anymore. He said this is it. Me and my missus were bossing up. My man said it's been my best year so far, cuz you only started yesterday.
Yeah, but you know what's funny? I've seen that. Like, I moved during the pandemic. I've seen so many people move during the pandemic. So yeah, it actually makes sense. I was there thinking I was alone. I'm the only person that moved during the pandemic.
He said everyone's moving. He said it's been a big move year, like, and I get it, man. And I've been trying to move mainly because of the pandemic, but mainly because like my boys are getting bigger. But it's really viewing houses. You know what else you realize viewing houses? There's like people have taste, fam. Some decoration. I saw a house today, yeah, the house was lit. But the decoration, yeah, it's, you know, them housewives, yeah. Well, she might not even be a housewife, but she gave me housewife vibes that just think of new decorations for the yard every day.
Right. You've been watching changing rooms programs there.
Are you just dissing people's yards?
No, I'm just
giving them props.
I'm saying all these different yards, yeah. Hey, let me tell you about some next yard. How did they have a jacuzzi and a cigar room?
Like,
no, not a jacuzzi, a steam room and a cigar room.
That means exposing what type of houses he's going to look at.
No, but
that's all I'm seeing.
A cigar room and like, come on, fam. Like, okay, I was joking before about the wine cellar. I'm obviously not.
Fam,
he's got a bit. He's gonna have a billiards room and a library
I'm not.
What's a cigar room?
No, wait, man. Let me tell you. I'm not yet. I'm just making bets. I'm definitely not buying this house, yeah. But obviously, I've gone inside, yeah. And then my missus is like, oh, it's got a steam room. And then we've gone in. It had a legit steam room, yeah.
Mad.
And then on the other side, I went into this room and a woman, the estate agent, was trying to play it down. She was like, oh, this room just a relaxing room. I'm like, it smells like shisha.
So it was an actual cigar room, like a smoking room.
Yeah, fam.
Mad.
Yeah, fam.
I wish we could talk prices on here, but I don't want to do that to you. But I want to know how much the house was worth. Let's not do that.
No, I'm moving far anyway. I'm moving far to the
outskirts. What, like out of London?
No, I'm in London.
In London, but out of London?
No,
outskirts.
Definitely in London, but in the suburbs.
Okay.
I'll have a housewarming. All the Cut the Chat people can come.
What, everyone in the chat right now?
Everyone in the chat right now.
6. We know we will all fit in there anyway. That's just that's light work for the house that you're moving into. That's light work.
All of you lot in the chat right now, you can come. I'll get what do they call it? Canopy. What do you call it in England?
Gazebo.
There you go.
Gazebo.
In Nigeria call it canopy.
Well, other people call it a canopy, fam. Don't act like you're special. It's just.
You know what? No, I've just never heard people in England don't use the word canopy.
I know I've heard it, but I've heard it, but I'm gonna give it to you Nigerians for today.
I've heard
what are you saying, D? What are you doing? Changing the nappy?
No, we're doing little leg exercises and all of that. Yeah.
Man, like blanket, you know.
Man like blanket, fam.
Man like blanket. Doing leg exercises, doing stretches and that.
Yeah, stretches, leg exercises. Project Mbappe, boy. Come on.
Started already, yeah?
Started, fam. It's strong.
Well, you already look at him at this agency of footballer?
Nah.
Okay, good. Because that's what happened to Tiger Woods, fam. Don't do that to your son.
Wait, what happened to Tiger Woods?
His dad just saw a golf player as soon as he came out the womb.
Bruv,
actually, this will be a good place to start. Can you break down what's going on with Naomi Osaka, please?
All right, so basically, yeah, she's just suffering. She's young, she's in the limelight, and the thing with the media, yeah, if they get hold of something, because I've noticed with a lot of news reports about this, yeah, people are talking about the media and how, Roger Federer, basically when he first bust on the scene, said that he's going to use the media as a bridge between him and his fans, yeah. So he's like, the media always needs to be your friend, and they keep on going back to this, like that's the blueprint for a sports person.
And that was way before social media, when you can just go directly to your fans.
Now the thing is, yeah, they keep on talking about when she busts on the scene, the media's been with her and she's quirky, she's funny, the media love her, blah, 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 blah. but sometimes the media can be very, very, very intrusive. I've seen Serena Williams have to bad up the media regular.
Yeah, like, she's bad. She doesn't play.
Regular. Serena Williams is not having it. Yeah. This Naomi Osaka, she's young and she's on her own. See Serena, she had her sister, her dad and her mum have been a very, very, very strong presence throughout their life. Yeah. So, you know, basically, beginning of the French Open, she didn't want to do an interview. So they fined her 10 bags.
Wait, so this whole thing is because she doesn't want to do press after playing the game?
Yeah.
Basically. Now, I don't know if she doesn't want to do press ever, because that, to be fair, that's unreasonable. Yeah.
No, it's
that's
not. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. I don't think it's unreasonable at all. Like, she is a tennis player. That's her. That's what she does. That is what she's.
However, Ace, once money and sponsorship gets involved, right?
Yeah.
You have certain obligations that comes, because remember, these.
What was the last Beyonce interview you watched?
Beyonce's different.
Why?
No, because
Beyonce don't have to do interviews.
No, Ace, listen. It's slightly different. With sports stars, right? They compete in tournaments. Now, the tournaments, like the ATP tour in tennis, they basically, as part of the ATP tour doing TV deals, they would say to the TV channels, we guarantee you such and such interviews.
Then stop guaranteeing that.
No, they guarantee it. They have to.
Yeah, but like, can I just say quickly, if my job is to be a tennis player, I'm playing tennis, I'm giving you my blood, sweat and tears on the court. Like, I shouldn't have to do an interview after. Like, if after every trim you had to do a press conference, you'd get mad.
I'm gonna break it down to you. Yeah. You see every other sport that we watch is team sports, innit? Yeah, I mean, so when you watch a team sport, it's not only Marcus Rashford that does the interview or Harry Kane that does the interview. Yeah, I mean, there's always a manager. Manager always does an interview, or the second in charge, and then they will select a couple footballers. Tennis is a one-man game. Yeah, it's one individual. Now, the thing is, as Femi said, when you've got sponsorship involved, yeah, part of that sponsorship is your personality. Yeah, they want to ask you about the game. How did you feel the second set went? How did you feel the first set went? Do you know what I mean? Like, if she's won 4 Grand Slams, yeah, to win her, there's no way you can
struggling to agree with you, man.
There's no way you can win your first Grand Slam as a teenager and not be expected to do an interview.
100%. But I want to do it in my own time. If I don't want to do it after the game, come link me in 2 weeks and we'll talk. Let me sit down with Oprah. Like, what I'm trying to say is, like, my job is to play tennis, not to chat to you lot. If I want to chat to you, I will. If I don't, then I shouldn't have to. Why is that? Why is that a given that part of my game is that after the game, after me sweating, whether I win, lose or draw, do I have to go and sit down and chat to people? I might not want to. I'm not in the mood.
Bro, you know what it is, bro? It comes with the job, bro.
Why though? It shouldn't have to. Like, but it shouldn't is my point.
Yeah, but then you can have that argument with everything. You can have that argument with everything, with sport, with being a police officer, firefighter, you know, ambulance service, barber.
I'm sure that Naomi Osaka's dream of being a world-class tennis player has got nothing to do with wanting to do interviews. I'm sure that when she was 5 or 6 years old and picked up a tennis racket, she wasn't like, yeah, man, I can't wait to do interviews. That's not part of why she wants to do it.
Ace, let me ask you a question.
What?
You see in your job, for whatever radio station you work for, I'm very sure you have to deal with politics and bureaucracy, right?
Yeah, 100%.
That's not part of them
right now. It's fine.
That's not part of you selecting records.
Yeah, 100%.
And doing your thing on with your Barry White voice on the radio. but it's part and parcel. It's part and parcel. Do you know what I mean?
Nah, I just don't agree.
Bruv, how can you not agree? I just don't
agree. I just feel like if that's not my personality, I don't like there's artists that will never do interviews, and people will say, oh, it's part and parcel of being an artist. Go and find me a Summer Walker interview or a Beyonce. Like, yes, Beyonce's done old interviews, but now, like, even Drake don't really do interviews because they don't want to. They just don't want to. Right. I'm not on it. I don't want to sit down with you.
This is the thing.
People are still gonna buy into my art.
Ace, this is the thing. Art and being a tennis player is totally different.
Why?
Now, being a sportsman, yeah, like, You see a rapper or a singer. I can feel your pain. I can feel your desires. I can feel your ambition. I can feel everything through your music. So I understand you, which is why you have fans. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like you can feel Beyonce. The whole album that she made when she's talking about Jay-Z cheating on her, vice versa, all of that kind of stuff. Yeah. Same thing with Drake. Same thing with all of these musical artists. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. You see with sport, yeah. You see if you land as a tennis player and you say from the off, I do not want to do any interviews whatsoever. I guarantee her career would have taken a totally different path. We might not even know who she is. Now this is my thing. I don't have a problem with you turning around and say, I don't want to do an interview today. And I think being fined £10,000 for not, or $10,000 or whatever it is, 10,000 euros, whatever it is, I think that's absolute lunacy. Yeah.
Because I'll just pay the 10 bags every time. I'm not doing it. 10 bags.
Mental health is important. And we don't know why, even throughout the Prem, there's so many players that we find out a couple of weeks down the line that they haven't been playing because a parent passed away or this happened or that happened. And we just find out down the line. But at the time, we don't know. So we don't know what, these people are human. So we don't know what they're going through. So if somebody turns around and says, yeah, I'm not really trying to do an interview today. And the worst thing is, it wasn't the final. It's not like she won the final.
And just won, innit?
Yes, but what I'm saying is, if you won the final, then yes, fam, do an interview. You have to do an interview. You won the final. Or you won the semi.
I don't agree with that. I don't have to do anything. I've just been on the court for 2 hours. Like, I've given you all of the entertainment that you're gonna get. Like, if I don't want to do an interview, I'm going home. Like, why do I have to do that? I've just shown you that I'm the best. I've done my thing. Like, why do if I want to, fine, but why do I have to? Why do you feel like I owe you words after I've just given you 2 hours?
I think you have to because it says so in your contract. It's in your contract.
I know, but why? My point is, why should that even be in there?
No, but
why should it have to?
Ace. What Ace?
Why?
Why do I have to stop at a red light?
No, why? No, I want to play tennis. I don't want to talk to you. Why? I want to play tennis.
Drive. That's it. I don't want to stop at a traffic light.
No, because you're going to kill someone if you don't stop at a traffic light. That's a bad analogy. That's a bad analogy. That's a bad analogy.
I'm going to tell you why, Ace. I'm going to tell you why. You see in Australia, you see if there's a red light and you feel that it's safe for you to turn left, you can turn left. Why can't
what you're saying is because it's the rules, she has to talk to people.
Bro, what I'm saying to you, what Femi's saying to you is people are very aware of what is expected from you when you get into this game. Yeah. Why can't we change that? Why can't we change that? Point, Ace, this is my point. Yeah. Okay. If every single tennis player or sportsman turned around and said, I don't want to do a single interview after I finish playing whatever sport I'm playing, bro, that's just a shambles. What are you talking about?
Why is that a shambles though? I don't get it.
Listen to what I'm saying.
We don't need them. We don't need an interview. Why do we need an interview? She's got, like, let's just say for instance, that interview that she decided not to turn up to. She won the match. She didn't want to do the interview. Like, what are you going to ask me? Like, what was you thinking in the full set? Go watch it, man. Like, you rewind it. Rewind it. Why do you need to know what I was thinking? Like, I'm tired, man. Do you know what as well? We've seen so many, who was boiling? My man, was it Andy Murray? Or no, the other one?
It was Andy Murray as well.
But fam, I don't want to have a camera in front of me right now. I don't want a microphone in front of me. I'm upset. I don't want it. We've seen so many NBA players cussing out people because, like, fam, why do I need to talk to you now? I want to go in, I've just played a game. I don't want to talk to anybody. Like, why is that something that we have to do?
You know what it is?
To someone else.
Suck it up.
Nah.
Suck it up.
I don't agree.
Bro, you don't have to agree, but this is the thing, yeah. You see, with being at the top of your profession, being elite at the top of your you see simple things like being a manager of something. Bro, the pressure's on you, you have to stay behind late, you're the last one to leave, all the responsibilities are on you. It's life, bro. And this is why This is why you get compensated financially to handle that. See, when you're at the, you see, Ace, you see number 510 in the world.
Yeah.
What, you think them man are doing interviews? No. No.
Damon,
Yeah.
if you had to do a press, and their bank account shows that as well. So what you're saying is, if you pay, because they get paid a certain amount, they should have to do the interviews.
Bro, listen to what I'm saying to you. I already said to you that if in that one game that she's like, you know what, I'm not feeling this, bloody, bloody, blah. I think it's preposterous that they fined her £10,000 or whatever it is. Somebody needs to speak to her and be like, okay, so what's going on? Why don't you want to? Do you not want to do this interview? Do you not want to talk to? Because there's been sports people in the past that have told certain journalists to get out.
Yeah, you can't come. Don't ever. You're not interviewing me. 100%.
Do you understand? So what to me should have happened is an official from Roland Garros should have gone to her and said, okay, what's going on? What's the problem? Do you not want to do an interview for the whole tournament? Do you just not want to do an interview today?
You don't like interviews. That's a prerogative, though.
Bro, Ace, listen to what I'm saying. It's been proved. She's done interviews her career.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean she likes doing it. Now she's at a point where she's like, you know what? I can call the shots now. Like, bro, I'm the number one thing. I don't want to do interviews no more. If after every trim you was required to do a press conference, yeah, you would get tired of that shit, fam. Yeah, man. Look what I did at the hairline here, the high fade at the back. You know what I'm saying? Usually, like, you would get annoyed, bro. You'd be like, why am I doing this every day? I don't want to. I just want to cut hair.
Bro,
that's what I'm trying to say. It's not. I don't.
This is the thing. Firstly, it's not every day. Secondly,
what?
My peas, was on Naomi Osaka's level.
You'll be doing a press conference.
I'll be doing press conferences halfway through the trim. Trim not even finished. Hey, boss man, come and chat to me about this bit that I'm doing. It's gonna be mad. Yeah. Look, I get it. I understand she's young, she's vulnerable, but I think somebody should have just spoken to her and just get like, what's going on? Where are you at mentally? You know, if this is a problem, and just work it out off camera, behind the scenes, instead of just hitting her with, you're breaking the rules or you're disobeying the orders, we're gonna fine you. I think that is what was out of order. I don't think it's out of order that she's expected to do interviews. You know,
I love that she is changing the narrative. She's just like, no, like, I don't want to do this. I
don't think it's good for any sport though.
Why? Why would, like, if we had no, let's just say we had no interviews now, like, just say going forward after every football match, boxing, fight, tennis, everything.
Let me get my lighting right. Because we're getting go on.
Let's just say after every sporting event, there was no interview with the person that took part in that event. Yeah. Let's just say there was no interview with them.
Okay.
Would it stop you watching football? No. Would it stop you watching boxing? No. It wouldn't stop you watching anything. It wouldn't. 100% wouldn't. You would still watch it.
I disagree.
You wouldn't watch it. You would still watch it.
You know why I disagree? I disagree? Because we kind of fall in love with these people. I would say 80% of the people that watch Anthony Joshua have no idea about boxing. 80% of the people that
you can't use AJ because AJ is.
Look now.
AJ's desired by hella women. Like, you can't really use him.
Okay.
You can't use AJ.
Hold on, wait. Okay. Floyd Mayweather. Yeah, we can appreciate his.
You're using people that like doing interviews. I'm talking. Right, let me give you another example.
I'm using people that are at the top of their game.
Okay.
I'm using people at the top of their game. So find me somebody that's at the top of their game.
I'm about to give you one. And you have to be honest. Only recently we've started to know about this person. But for years, we had no idea what Lewis Hamilton was like. We didn't know, bruv. He wasn't really speaking. He wasn't really doing interviews. We knew he was dating Nicole Scherzinger, but he was just this quiet, shy, little timid guy that didn't really do interviews and was just there. He was still number one. He was still
do you know what's wild? Do you know what's wild? If you watch Formula One, yeah, you'd know he did interviews every weekend.
Did he really? Okay, yes, but he didn't do them for the masses, though.
No, Ace, this is the point. In tennis,
you can't change it like that for the masses. Ace. Do something on TV, it's for the masses, you mad.
Okay,
man.
Yeah.
So, all right, Lewis Hamilton's interviews, yeah, did his personality come across that they?
No, you know what, Ace? It's not about personality.
And also, one more question:
Ace,
if Lewis Hamilton didn't do interviews, would he not be number one?
No one's saying
would no one not watch it?
No, listen, Ace. No one's saying that it'll be number one. It's just part of putting a sports program together, where they need to package a certain degree.
There's other ways.
No, I'm not saying there isn't other ways. And you know what? And I'm not even saying that this young lady shouldn't have. No, because like, you know what? I'm not even saying that Naomi Osaka shouldn't have done what she done. I'm just saying that actually the way these sports programs are packaged have always included interviews. But like you're saying, maybe that shouldn't be the case.
I think it shouldn't. I feel like if the sportsman or woman doesn't want to do an interview, they shouldn't have to. Speak to the manager, speak to the trainer, speak to the family, speak to the fans, speak to whoever you want to speak to.
I'm not disputing that. I'm not disputing that at all. I'm not disputing that. At no point am I saying that you're forced to do an interview. I disagree with that. But with all of these sports people at the top of their game, if there were no interviews done, their following would probably be 70% less than what it is. Yes, it wouldn't stop Lewis Hamilton from being the best, or AJ, or Wilder, or Mayweather, or whoever, or David Beckham, or Ronaldo, or Messi, or whoever. Because your talent is your talent. But when it comes down to marketability, and when it comes down to, as Femi said, like part of the package, because as people, I want to know about you. Look, at the end of the day, okay, you see today, I was playing tennis today, and I haven't played tennis in over a year and a half, maybe 2 years. Bro, started off horrendous, but we're just warming up. I couldn't even bounce the ball, hit it to the guy who I was playing, to my opponent. I couldn't even do that. But as time's going on, my technique's coming back, my footwork's coming back, blah, blah, blah. He was beating me in the first set. And as games are going on, I've come back and I've won the set. Beat him in the first set. Second set started, back, forth, I'm beating him. Now he's starting to come back. He ended up winning the second set. So he's 1-0. Now, I know why I lost the second set. I was physically tired. I was mentally tired. The fatigue had kicked in. Now, this is the thing.
Why is David giving us the post-match press conference now?
You see that now, But I will listen to interviews from tennis players, and a lot of it's just you one on the court, So when I'm watching an interview from all of the tennis players, from Pete Sampras, Boris Becker, Roger Federer, Nadal, they will all say, at one point, they'll be like, what happened in the second set? Bruv, I just lost it. And I had to dig deep and, refocus. I had to think about this and that will help aspiring tennis players and aspiring footballers. And do you know what I mean? Everyone can lose their head, but if you have an interview, if you're watching an interview with your favorite footballer, talking about how did you keep control, keep mental control and mental discipline throughout the game when people was kicking you left, right, and centre. And the young footballers will grow up and listen to these interviews and be like, I want to be like my man. Mental strength, control, thinking about this.
I hear you. That's a great point. I feel like if you're built for it, then do it. If you're not, then you shouldn't have to. I don't like to always bring wrestling into it, but I'm going to.
Tell us about wrestling.
In wrestling, when you've got a super extremely talented, gifted wrestler who can't speak on the mic, they give them a mic. They give them a mic man. They give them a manager or somebody that's going to speak for them. And that wrestler just concentrates on doing what he does, wowing the crowd, doing amazing things in the ring. But his manager is the mouthpiece. Like he comes out and says, "Yo, I'm gonna do," and that's what I think.
You're trying to compare people that act, people that do acting.
It's not just about that though, because I also spoke about music.
People that bounce around on a giant bed.
No, I also spoke about music. When Jay-Z couldn't really do interviews, Dame was the one that was in front of the mic saying, yo, this is my guy. I did it. Like, sometimes you might not, that's not in you, like, to want to talk about yourself. You just want to do the art. You just want to do the sport. You don't want to necessarily talk about what you was going. You just want to do what people love you for. You don't necessarily want to do the extra shit. And, bro, you shouldn't have to. And that's my point. You shouldn't be forced to do that.
Right. You're right. But I'm with Femi. It's a package. People love you for being number one and being a personality and being open and honest. That's what people love sports people for. Do you know what I mean? That is the reality. That's the reality. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real. That is it. So unless you're doing,
I just don't feel like I don't feel like anybody should be forced to do what they want.
No, what? Nobody.
No. You know what? The massive bit we're missing in all of this is that obviously she said she'd been suffering from bouts of depression since. Like, and honestly, the minute someone says something like that, they must be protected. And she's a young lady, man. She's young. She's only like been thrown into the limelight in the past like 2-3 years.
And that was my point. That was my point, Ace. That if you turn around and said, I don't want to do this interview, somebody from the tournament should have just went and spoke to her instead of just hitting her with a fine. And that's my point, because, you know, there's so many things that people don't want to do. There's so many things that children don't want to do. There's so many things that teenagers don't want to do. And it's just a conversation. Where are you at? What's going on?
Well, I also feel like she set a good precedent, because I feel like where we are today, people can say, no, I don't want to do that. Mm-hmm. And I feel like before she wouldn't have been able to say that. But I feel like now she can actually say, no, I don't really want to do that. Yeah. And I don't feel like she should be under scrutiny if she doesn't want to do that. If she doesn't want to do it, then she doesn't want to do it. Like, she's already like played a game. She's already done what she's here to do. This is extra.
No, not really. Not really. I'm with Femi. It's part and parcel. It's not extra. It's in the contract. And as you said, you could turn around and say, I don't want it in the contract. And maybe your career will take a different turn.
So for instance, let me give you an example, yeah? I don't even know why I'm giving this example. But basically, so I did a project. I won't say which one it is because, yeah?
Are you sure you want to say this on
No, I'm just going to say, I'll say it in a roundabout way. I did a project here and did the project, got paid for the project.
Are you sure you don't want to start with a friend of yours done a project?
Okay, a friend of mine did a project, yeah? Got paid for the project. Great project. But the project's finished now, and people are still hollering him every day, like, can you do this to promote the project? Can you do this to promote the project? But my friend is like, but fam, you only paid me to do the project. Are you paying me to do the extra stuff? Like, you're asking too much now. What?
That'll be real, Ace. That'll be real.
Go on.
With those guys,
be fake.
With those guys, you're dumb. With those guys, they have contracts here that cover that already up front. So they're obligated within their contracts. It's like footballers, yeah, in their contracts, a lot of the you see in football, like footballers, a lot of them, they're controlled by their team. They're controlled like what they eat, what they do, where they can be. Like,
let me pause you there. Ace, Femi has an amazing point. Reason being, you see footballers, they don't just turn up on a Saturday and play football. Do you know every single one of these footballers is obligated to do charity work? You have to do work with a school or a local charity and all of that kind of stuff. Every single footballer. Do you know what I mean? And every week, today it's me and you, Ace. Next week it's Lee and Femi. The week after that, it's me and Femi. This is what happens.
Can I say?
But wait, that's besides the point. My point also outside of that is, I have it all the time with all the rappers, with all the films that I've done, and actors. They just don't want to promote nothing. And I'm like, what? Do you think I've got extra P's for you to do two tweets? And I actually remember messaging a rapper, yeah, saying, please, can you push the intent? The rapper said, bro, I posted it once. It's not my album.
Wow. Wow.
Femi, I feel your pain.
He said, it's not my album. And I'm like, you know what, yeah? Cool. Cool. What could I say? But ultimately, I'm like, we've done this project together. with the hope that it does well. And part of that hope is that, you know, the people that are involved will get behind it, because it looks mad if it's just me talking about it all the time. However, sometimes people look at it like, actually, I spent that money. That money was last year. Like in the case of The Intent, that money was 18 months ago. I don't want to promote this film. I'm not making no piece from it. And so ultimately, I just feel like it's hard, man. Obviously, coming from both sides of the plate, like being a performer as well as a content maker, like sometimes you want talent to do stuff and talent are not on it. They're like, no, I don't want to do that. That's old news. And it's like,
go on.
And it's like, well, I thought it was our thing, but actually, I guess it's my thing. And so when it wins, the funny thing about The Intent, yeah, and I'm using it as an example because this happened a lot on The Intent, right? Intent now is some people's biggest things, not just Femi and Nikki's biggest things. It's that everyone like that was involved. It's their biggest thing that they've done their whole career. They've got nothing bigger than The Intent. But at the time, it was like, oh, sorry, it's not my film. I can't promote. And people literally were using those words.
Ace, you remember? You see, when we were trying to promote the basketball event.
Yeah.
Look how many celebrities were on that basketball event.
Yeah.
Can you tell me how many would go? And I'm messaging them. And the thing is, I'm not even messaging them, asking them, can you do something for me? I'm just messaging them saying, you see what I've sent you? Just send it there. All you have to do is press 2 more buttons, you know? I'm not asking you to think. I'm not asking you to write your own message. What I sent you, just press 2 more buttons. Then I'm getting I put it on my story. Bro.
Post the thing, fam. I hear what you're saying about that. And I think that is a different scenario when we're talking, definitely when we're talking about charity. But I just feel like we're in an age now where no one should be forced to do anything that they don't want to do.
Especially when you got mental health issues
100%.
that you're battling with.
Femi, there's so like the talk of like Harry Kane going to Man United, yeah? You'd want that, right? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, right. So if Harry Kane said, I'll come to Man United, but I'm not doing no interviews and no charity work, would you still take him?
Man don't like his voice anyway, so
no, but if that was in the contract and it was like, look, I'll come, but I ain't doing no interviews, I'm not doing no charity work, just pay me.
I told you I don't like his voice anyway.
I know, but that's my point. Like, I feel like when you're elite, you should be able to turn around and be like, look, take that on my contract. I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that, and I'm not doing that.
Do you know what's funny?
I've got to the top of my field. I'm not doing what I don't want to do.
Sorry, Femi. Do you know the thing is, yeah? What helped him get to the top is his fan base. What helped him get to the top is support from fans.
What helped him get to the top was banging goals, bruv. It's not. Don't say that, bruv. Because he got his fan base from banging goals, not from being Harry Kane. Like Femi said, he's got a shit voice. He's got nothing to do.
Ace, listen to what I'm saying to you, yeah? I've seen footballers on the pitch, live and direct, yeah, that have made a couple mistakes. They are heroes for their club, and they've made a couple mistakes in the game, and people are getting tired, and people are booing them, and like, this guy, that guy. And I've seen the crowd turn around and be like, nah, let's not boo him. Do you know what I mean? Every time he gets the ball, let's applaud him. Every time he gets the ball, let's cheer him on. Let's chant his name. And I've seen his performance turn around like that. Don't try and say that the fans don't play a part, because they do. And any sportsman that wants
my point is, Harry Kane will still have fans if he does interview or he doesn't.
Understand as well. You see, football and football clubs, it's a family business. You cannot come and play for a football team and start saying, I'm not going to do charity work, I'm not going to do interviews. Do you know what I mean? When there's kids that idolize you, when there's grown people that idolize you, no, get out of it. Get out of it.
You can say that, but at the end of the day, it's still a business. They still want to score. They still want to win. They still want to go top 4. They still want to. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and if Harry Kane is going to help them get there, fuck it. All right, don't worry about it. Don't do the charity work. Don't do interviews. We got other players that can do that. So my point is, if you get to an elite level where the team relies on you, you're the best, you should be able to come and say, look, this is in my contract. Nah, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. I'll come every week. I'll play my heart out. I'll bang goals for you lot, but I ain't doing no charity work. I ain't doing no interviews. Like, take it or leave it. And more likely, clubs are gonna say, yeah, we'll take it. It's fine.
Let's move on now. We spent very long on this topic.
I thought it was a great topic, though. This is a good conversation. We're actually almost at the end of the episode. Big up to Naomi Osaka. I got your back. I don't think you should do anything you don't want to. If you don't want to do another interview, except with me, you can. If you want to sit down with anybody, you can sit down with me. That's fine. But if you don't want to do
R&B in it, everything R&B.
We can talk R&B. I'll play some slow jams for you. You know what I mean? It's all good. But yo, that was a decent conversation.
What did you put in the group? Was it you, Femi, that put about the about having an injection of money into
no, so basically big up to producer Kaya. Keep saying her name wrong. That's really bad, isn't it? Kaya. Did we chat? We got a producer now. Anyway, she put out some videos today on the Cut the Chat Instagram page, and some of the messages was like, "Oh, I really enjoy you lot's friendship and the camaraderie," and it had me thinking about. Obviously, I've been following the podcast situation with Joe Budden and the fact that him and his mates fell out because there was some money situation going on, and then it made me think about if Cut the Chat had an injection of money. First question is, who would be the first to change? And the second question is, do you think that do you feel like it would be like the beginning of the end of the podcast? Because I genuinely feel like this podcast works because...
What, because we're broke?
Not because we're broke, just because we don't care. It is what it is. Like, we do this because we like chatting to each other once a week on a Tuesday and we're mates. Like, we don't have to worry about the business side of things because I do feel like that can actually mess it up.
The first person to change would be Lee. That's a standard.
Okay.
That's the first person to change. I think, the thing is...
No, but wait, D, sorry to interrupt you. Lee will come every week. That will be the change.
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely. If you viewers, if you lot start seeing Lee turning up every week, we're getting money.
The bag is secured.
We're getting money. I think, you know what it is with us, yeah? Because the thing is, there's a lot of times where I don't like some of you lot. And the reality is, I never dislike Femi. Like, I've had a problem with you, Ace, for the last 4 days.
4 days?
Yes.
Why? If you knew what the type of week I had, you wouldn't even have a problem with me. But I want to hear why.
No, I've got a problem with you. I'm going to tell you why I've got a problem with you.
Go on.
How's your son?
How is my son? He's fine. He's downstairs.
Yeah. Is he downstairs?
Yeah.
Okay, so he got down to South London okay, did he?
Yeah, do you know what? That is so bad. I didn't thank you for bringing... You know what though, Damon, you can't be that sensitive. You're like my best friend, yeah. And if you bring my son to, why do I have to call you and be like, oh, thanks for that?
No,
like, it's just your job, bro. Like, why am I gonna thank you for like things that you would just do as my brethren? Like, as one, Femi, am I wrong?
Ace, firstly, do not take people for granted. I will do anything for your children.
Of course. So why would I need to call you every time to say, like, it's just a given. Like, you should just know that I'm thankful.
No.
You just know. You should just know. You should just know that I'm thankful, innit? Like, I shouldn't have to call you and be like, oh, thanks. Like, it's not, bro, of course I'm thankful. I wouldn't, the fact that I trust you with my son shows that, like, I have a real love for you. So I shouldn't have to call you to say thank you.
Before I pick up my son, did he tell you that we got stopped by the police?
Shut up. They did.
No, police rolled up on us.
Why?
Police rolled up on us. It's a mad thing still.
What happened?
Huh?
What happened? Let me call him. Isaiah!
No, don't call him. Is he coming?
I think he's coming. What happened? Tell me what happened.
Nah. No, see, the police's argument would be I was speeding. I wasn't speeding. My car's just loud.
How could you say that? I wasn't speeding. My car is just loud. Isaiah, what happened when Uncle Damon got stopped by the police? No, you don't need to come to the camera. I don't want him to say. Please. All right, come. He needs a trim though.
Okay, now listen up here, people. He got pulled over by the police because he was speeding. But he was speeding so fast. I thought it was good, okay? I thought it was okay for him to be speeding. But like the police came over, they weren't gonna arrest him. They're like, oh, can you please take it down? 2 seconds later, boom, he's gone speeding again.
Wait, Isaiah. Isaiah. Isaiah.
What?
When I was driving at the legal speed limit, was you lot telling me to go faster?
Were you what? What was the question?
When I was driving at the legal speed limit, was you not telling me to go faster?
I was telling him to go faster, but then I was like, oh, maybe we should slow down. Like before that happened.
Get out of it. Get out of it.
No.
Hey, just because little man told Damon, just because little man told you to drive faster doesn't mean you have to drive faster, you know. It's not every day and press the youths, you know. You know that uncle that's like, yeah, you want to see how fast my car can go.
Yes, it is. It's every day impress them, every day gas them, every day.
Damon's will get his nephew a stripper for his 18th birthday. So yeah, do your thing. That's what you
Nah, hey, look, you're absolutely right. Yeah, you know.
Sorry though. Thank you so much for bringing him down. I appreciate you.
You know what it is?
You shouldn't
it's
have
one
to
of them things where it's just like, hold on, wait. I ain't even heard from this guy. What? Day one, day two. Ace, I'll pick up your children from anywhere in the country. Come on.
I know this. I know
that's
this.
That's not even an issue. And that one there, especially that one there, he makes the journeys just different, bro. Yeah. The stories that he told me about his school life.
Yes, this peak over there.
Yeah, we need to have a conversation because yeah. But anyway, back to the question. I think out of all of the people that are doing podcasts right now, yeah, I think we do have something above them. Do you know what I mean? And you know, you got podcasters that are just doing hype, and you just got podcasters that are just doing clickbait and all of that kind of stuff. And you know what? Do what works, innit? You know, do what works for you. I do think that we are very lucky that we are bridges outside of the podcast. We go on holiday together. Do you know what I mean? Like we have gone through, I think we've probably gone through our most hardest times on this planet together, which a lot of people are never going to go through, never going to experience, and never going to understand. So to go from amazing highs, from, you know, premieres in the West End, red carpets, do you know what I mean? Flying around the world together, enjoying amazing holidays together, to sharing the most painful, heartbreaking, you know, situation that anyone can ever experience. I think obviously that's going to create a bond that money can't interrupt or break. As long as we're all getting 25%.
Nah, that's where the issue is going to be, because I'm all demand 40.
Remember the one time?
You guys can split the rest.
Remember the one time we tried to do percentages on college?
Yeah.
It got messy. It really did. It actually got messy.
Yeah.
I lie. It got a little bit like...
You know what it is, though? Because there was camera people involved, there was sound people involved. Yeah. I swear even Victor tried to land and say he wants 12%.
Victor got a percentage. I'm sure Victor had a bigger percentage than somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, this is my point though. Like,
let me make this clear. Yeah. For all of the fans of Victor, and we love Victor dearly, this was before Victor was actually on the podcast.
Yeah, 100%. This is before he even said a word. This is before he said a word.
Who Victor was when he was making these demands for the percentage.
I remember that, because I remember that meeting. We all sat down and we were just talking about, okay, look, we need to start trying to take this seriously. We're gonna like, I think we kind of doing it into a business, and everybody needed to like work out what they brought to CTC as a percentage. And everybody was just like, well, I do this and I do this, and well, this is this, and it was my like, and we was all just trying to work out what and it got messy. 100% got messy. So my point is, if there was like a investor or somebody that came in and said, look, here's X amount of money, would it get messy again? Or do we just go 4 ways?
I'm going to see where it gets technical. It's going to get technical how it got technical last time. And do you remember last time when we were talking about the percentages? And when
how dare Lala call me the Tyrese of the group? How dare you? How dare you? Sorry, go on. Do
you remember when we walked away? Because at the time, you know, Femi was saying he's gotten all the guests. I'm turning around saying, fam, you're using my barbershop. You're turning around saying something. Everybody's turning around saying something. And you remember, we all agreed, okay, for the next year, everybody has to get 2 guests or 3 guests. Everybody has to promote. And after a week, it failed. After 1 week, it failed. It crumbled.
No, because certain man was feeling away about the percentage they were given. You don't remember this, because man was calling me like, yo, Ace, I don't really feel it. And I was like, yeah, you know, you're right, but you should have fought a little bit harder for your... We're funny, you know, I'm not gonna lie.
I remember.
I was like, boy, I don't know why you didn't... I was like, why didn't you say nothing in the meeting? He was like, boy, like, man didn't really want to do. But yeah, it's fine. It's right. I think we
that was fun. I think, do you know what it is? Do you know what one thing though, what I love about black people? What I love... Black people, love, worrying about not getting bumped.
Yeah. We don't want to be an idiot. We don't want to be a dickhead. That's it.
You know, that's our favorite. It's a black British thing. I don't even think it's an American thing. I don't think it's an African thing. If it's a black British thing, is that, you know, that stress, that anxiety about someone is bumping me.
I hate it.
That's the biggest anxiety for black British people, I think, in life.
100%.
But for me, I say it all the time. I think the problem with people, is that, you see, today, I'm getting paid £10,000 an episode. And I'm very happy with getting paid £10,000 an episode. You see, tomorrow, when I find out you're getting paid £15,000, then I've got a problem. But hold on. But I was happy with my 10 bags.
Yeah, but you should have a problem with that, though. You should.
No, because this is the thing. People focus on what other people are doing. I shouldn't.
I know.
Okay, look at it like this, Imagine like, okay, see me. I'm a barber. I can't go and cut bloody blah's hair. So I will send one of my young bucks to go and cut this guy's hair. Yeah. Bruv, don't worry about, you're not getting paid there. I will pay you. I'll send the invoice. I will pay you. I've invoiced them for £1,000. I'm giving you 2 bills. You was happy with 2 bills. Once you start finding out I'm invoicing for £1,000,
that's a bump.
No, it's not a bump. You know why it's not a bump?
Why?
You know why it's not a bump? Because you're cutting that person off of my back, off of my expertise, off of me being in the game for over 20 years. You're cutting them from that. They didn't call you. They called me.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
But my work, and that's my input. So don't worry about, because remember, it wasn't a bump when you was happy with £200. It wasn't a bump.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, if you get £200 and you find out I'm getting £50, you're not going to turn around and say, D, take some money out of my pee. You're not going to do that. You're going
I hear you. I'll be honest, I'm definitely a victim of that. Like, I'm the type of person that will be like, a promoter will pay me a certain amount, then I get to the venue, I'll be like, raw, there's bare people. There's bare people in here. Like, you start counting the ticket money, like, raw, what? Times the... No, man can't be paying me that. Do you know what I'm saying? And I am definitely one of those people, 100%. 100%. I feel like, I only thought there was going to be 200 people in there, and I get in there and there's like 5K. It's like, what's going on? Am I getting paid that?
I've traveled with you up and down the country, yeah? I've seen you DJ in a venue with about 37 man in there, yeah? And when you got that brown envelope, you did not open it and give man some pee back. Don't get me wrong.
That's charge it to the game. You got to charge that to the game, my friend. Charge it to the game.
And when I went and waited in the car, that went down to 36, cuz.
Man, them, listen. When in life, have you felt the most bumped?
I can't even tell you, man. It's still raw. It's still raw. And it's political. It could make headlines, but I would just, I've definitely felt bumped before. I'll put it that
You know,
way.
when I felt the most pumped is when I changed up my whole pricing strategy. I said, this is never happening to me again. Never happening to me again at all.
What do you mean?
It was.
Go on.
It was probably when I cut Joe Budden for the first time, funny enough.
So what happened?
And I hit them with a price. I hit them with, let's say, £150. And I went to the venue. I was there. I done my bit. They kept me waiting. I think the whole length of the job took about 6 hours.
Joe Budden's head.
Yeah, because it was a thing where I was waiting on them. You know, they were doing some radio thing. Then they went and done something else. Then they went and got something to eat. And then something. And it just got long. And you see, from that day, I thought, and I went through stress as well. We got into an argument. I went through all of that. I said, for this P, and it probably wasn't even 150. It's probably a lot less than that. I said, no, never again. The violation. I didn't even want to tell people. I cut my man. I said the violation was real, and it was my fault because I gave you the price, innit? So it was my fault. That changed my whole strategy.
So what do you do now? You charge them by the hour?
Charge them by the hour. So you can keep me waiting as long as you want. You can keep me waiting as long as you want, brother.
I just remember the story. Do you remember the brunch I did? I won't say the promoter's name, but do you remember the brunch I did in
West End,
Wardour Street?
Yeah.
So remember that was like literally maybe like a week or a half before lockdown started.
Yeah.
So I've invoiced them for that thing. They've hit me back with apologies.
The pandemic.
COVID, the pandemic, XYZ. We're gonna try and get it to you as soon as we can, but we did it. So I'm just like, all right, cool. And it was. Remember, I was DJing for like 5 hours. It was a long day.
Yeah.
So it was gonna be a nice little whatever. Not set me up, but it was a good set price. So I was chasing, but I wasn't chasing because everybody was going through it. But every like couple of weeks, I'll be like, what's going on with this? Not hearing nothing. Then remember when lockdown eased a little bit?
Yeah.
And then they were doing brunches again, rough. It was like during August. I saw the same venue with another DJ and the same promoter. So I'm just hitting them up like, what, go on for this? Just aired me. Didn't say nothing. So I said, okay, cool. So then maybe like towards the end of last year, there's like a DJ group, like all of the DJs that are like, I won't say struggling, but like obviously there's DJs that are not able to work at the moment. So all of the DJs are in a group just talking about ideas and how we can like get back or whatever, XYZ. And this promoter's in the group. So this promoter, I don't know if he knows I'm in the group here, but he's talking big money. Man's like, yeah, well, we should buy a club and do this. I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is. I'm like, does this brother know I'm in the group? And he knows it, and he owes me money. So like, he's made this massive long speech about, yeah, I'm not one to chat shit. I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is. After the long speech, I've just wrote LOL. My phone rings 30 seconds later. Ace, what's going on? I swear, because he knows that I was about to start flaming man in the group. Like, well, you want to put your money where your mouth is when you owe me peas, yeah? Phone my phone. Well, how much is it? No, I'm going to pull it. And then, so I've sent him my bank details. Man didn't even put the whole thing in, put half of it in. Like, it's going to need 2 weeks before I can pay the rest of it. And I can't, and that was like a month ago. He still hasn't paid me the rest of it. But that brother can never, I dare him to pick up the phone and try and book me for anything.
Ace.
Oh my, I dare you.
Ace,
yeah?
we all have a mutual friend for occasions like this. He ready to roll.
If you could hear, if you saw the big money talk he was coming with, and I just wrote LOL, and no one would have known what I meant, but people would have, like, he knew like, so you got big money here, but you don't want to pay me back.
He's ready to roll.
I think why also, well, there's been times where I've done stuff, I've just not been paid. I think just not being paid is like the stressful one, isn't it?
But do you chase that though, or do you just
now I chase, but like there's been times I've just not been paid. There was a one time I went to do some appearance and I just wasn't paid. And that was when I was like, I'm not going to these club appearances and going to do shout outs or whatever up north somewhere. Yeah, I'm not doing up north somewhere ever again in my life. I did about 2 or 3, and I was like, this is not for me, because the lady that was doing the booking just exploited, man.
The worst is when the promoter comes over to you and says, "Hey, can we have a little word?" No, fam, we can't have a word. There's no words. I don't care if there's 4 people in here. You have to pay me. I came here. I live in my house. Do you mind if we can just like, no, what happens is I'll get a few. I promise you next time I'll pay you up. Like, no, fam, just pay me. I hate that. I hate that. Now I have to get paid before I leave the house.
Bro, this is why.
Do they pay you? Do you get paid in advance?
Depending on who the promoter is, I might ask for the money in advance.
That made sense. But you see, this is why we need to exploit the rider. Remember when said mutual brethren landed?
The rider was important. I mean, at very least, you can walk away with a couple bottles or something. You know what I'm saying? At very least, it might not be worth the drive all the way to Bristol, but at least
remember when Victor done that?
Yeah.
Victor landed in the club and told them that he was you, and this is what I want.
Fam, started just pouring drinks for people. Man like Victor.
Man like, you know.
Anyway, guys, this is a fun episode. I need to get an early night.
I do. We need to shout out. We need to do a birthday shout out.
Go true.
I said it like it was pain. It's not pain. You know, it's not pain at all. I need to shout out one of the loves of my life. You know, my right hand, my ride or die. You understand? The mother of my stush youth, and my fiance. So I need to shout out. It's her birthday tomorrow. So yeah.
Hey.
What she doesn't know is I have not gotten her anything at all.
That's a lie.
That's a lie, bro. I'm sure you got it.
We'll ride with you. It's fine.
The thing is, yeah,
you're not that kind of person. You're not me.
Huh?
You're not Ace, so you wouldn't forget that.
No, I haven't forgotten. I just, you know, I got her a sandwich and a packet of crisps. That's it. That's what she's working with tomorrow. So, boy, but nah, yeah. Happy birthday to her. She's 39 and a half again. Imagine having 2 birthdays in lockdown. That's mad.
Get out. I had one, and it was cool, but it wasn't the birthday I wanted.
Yeah, that's mad. So, yeah, when clubs open up, it's gonna have to be a double whammy. A double whammy. Let me get my leg out of the picture. Yeah, when the clubs open up, it's gonna have to be a double whammy for her. But yeah, happy birthday, babe. Happy birthday, babe.
Happy birthday, Aish. Are we chatting to Bev next week, fam?
Yeah, so next week we've got Bev from ACLT. They're doing a big blood donation drive, and yeah, we are gonna get her on, and probably Orin actually as well, to give you guys some insight into their current campaign. I'll be donating blood. Remember last time when I donated blood and they said that it was too Nigerian for them? Because
you had did you have a vaccine or something? Or
I had the malaria tablets. So like they had malaria antibodies in my blood.
Right. Is this when we all done it together?
Yeah, bro. They rejected man's blood.
Because Femi had just come back from Nigeria. Victor had just come back from Cancun, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they could give blood.
I gave them a whole pint of my blood, yeah. A whole pint, you know, of my very precious Nigerian blood. And they said, nah, we're going to put that in the bin.
I would have told them, give it back. Put that back.
Bring that back in here, fam.
You understand? That's
it's all mental. Do you see? Aisha said, you gave me my present, babe. Blanket.
Blanket.
Little blanket.
Little blanket.
Young blanket.
Young
but
blanket.
yeah, so
that was my present. That was my present.
Oh, you are fighting. You are tiki.
You guys made the podcast all sweet now. Can we go?
Cool, yo. Yeah, it was a good show. It
was fun. One more time, Naomi Osaka, we are here for you. We support you.
Yeah, we are. Come on the podcast and do it.
I'm on the podcast, man, and do an interview. It's fine. We're not like that. We're not like them. We're you. We're here for you. We can talk. Exactly. If Damon knows tennis.
I know tennis. I can even train you up. I can even train you. I can give you some tips, some insight.
Exactly. I'm a fan of her boyfriend, YBN Corday, and Femi can make a film about her, and Leo can drive her home. So there you go. Cut the chat.
Locked.
I mean, it's locked. All right, guys. Till next week. Rate, subscribe, comment. This has been a fun episode. Good night.